First question here. The French Prime Minister this morning declared that France is at war with radical Islam. Would you say the United States is at war with radical Islam?
Well, I would say that we are at war with terrorists who commit these heinous acts and who use Islam. They use a corrupted version of Islam to justify their actions.
And that is why we will never win the war we are in as long as people who think like him are in charge. Welcome to Gimme 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Holder, who was in France but couldn't make it to the march. I don't know what he could have been doing that was more important than going to the march, going to the synagogue, dare I say, to show solidarity with the Jews of France. I guess he had more important things to do, you know. Anyway, like, you know, look for injustices against black Frenchmen. I don't know. But as long as they refuse to say it's Islamic terror, as long as they refuse to recognize this isn't one guy, two guys, three guys, that this is a worldwide problem. I mean, do I have to tell you, look at Boko Haram, what they did, 2,000 people dead in Nigeria over the weekend. This isn't, look, you know I'm preaching to the choir here, but as long as they won't answer the questions with the correct answers, as long as they're not willing to even utter the words, we will not win this war. Here's more.
We are bound and determined to hold them accountable, to find them wherever they are, and then to try, as you indicated, to come up with ways in which we prevent young people who become attracted to this radical ideology, becoming members of these groups and perpetrating these heinous acts.
Yes, 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 yes. And you're going to hear him say in a second, you know what their solution is? They're going to hold a summit. We're under threat here in New York. We're under threat here in the United States. There are videos being released every day by ISIS telling people to kill people, cops, this, that. And in February, not in January because, you know, there's no rush, they're going to hold a summit because it's what Obama does best and worst. That's how he handles problems. Let's hold a summit. So who's going to be at the summit? A bunch of brainiacs, a bunch of left-wingers. I'm sure CARE will be at the summit. I'm sure the Muslim Brotherhood will be represented at the summit. And what they're going to find out is, they're going to try to find out, as you'll hear him say, what are the root causes of the problem? Yeah, that's going to keep us safe. Here's more.
Is the U.S. at war with radical Islam?
Well, I certainly think that we are at war with those who would commit terrorist attacks and who would corrupt the Islamic faith in the way that they do to try to justify their terrorist actions. So that's who we are at war with. And we are determined to take the fight to them, to prevent them from engaging in these kinds of activities.
So then why won't he say, yes, we're at war with radical Islam? And then if you want to define it in the way he defined it, which I think is bogus, go ahead. Because radical Islamists corrupt a great religion and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But he won't even say that. That's too much to ask for. That's too much to ask for. So how are we going to solve this problem? How are we going to keep us all safe in this country? Here it comes.
Our president has indicated that we will be calling on February the 18th a summit so that we deal with better ways in which we can counter violent extremism and really get at the core, come up with ways in which we prevent people from adhering to, being attracted to this terrorist ideology. We certainly have to work, I think, in a dual way. We need to confront people who are engaged in these acts, hold them accountable, but we also have to somehow come up with a counter-narrative that too many people, especially young men, find attractive. And as I said, February the 18th, the White House will host a summit that I announced at the meeting here today in Paris.
I laugh because the alternative is to cry. And I got to tell you something. I don't know. Where are the Republicans coming out and speaking out? Where are the Republicans saying, where was Obama? Where was Kerry? You know, it is just sickening. Sickening. And isn't he out already? Isn't he leaving already? Why are we still burdened with his voice? I thought he's quitting. Won't matter, though. They'll just put another holder in his place. Get it?